Hey everybody, I'm back. I know it's been a while. I didn't post a whole lot of reviews recently, but now the CW's fall season is finally kicking off, and time to get back in the game, people. Anyways, let's get right down to it. We're here to talk about the pilot episode of the Batwoman TV show. Um, Long story short, well, not really long story, but to sum things up before we get into it, I thought this was solid. I mean, it's definitely on the stronger side for a pilot episode. Pilot episodes are tricky beasts because, the writers are always. It always takes a show a couple of episodes to just sort of really find its feet, for everybody to get comfortable, for the actors to sort of find themselves in the roles and all of this other stuff. And if you watch just about any show, you'll notice it. There's usually a notable jump in quality after about episode 3. Now this episode, I mean, it's solid all around. I really can't find very much that I could really complain about. Ruby Rose is a really great choice as Kate. She's not somebody I know super well. I mostly know her from being in the first John Wick movie, where she was really badass and cool. I know she did stuff like Orange is the New Black, which I've never watched, but I really did enjoy her when she appeared in the Elseworlds crossover. I connected with Kate much more here as a character, but of course we're spending a lot more time with her in the Elseworld story, which is canonically something that has not happened yet. This is earlier in the timeline for anybody who's confused. This is her, of course, kind of taking those first steps on the road to being Batwoman, while when we saw her in Elseworlds, she had been doing the Batwoman thing for at least a while. Anywho, this Batwoman, I have read some of the Batwoman comics. I'm not super versed in it, but I've read some of the earlier collections. So I kind of know the basics of her as a character. Anyway, like I said, this is a well-written story. No complaints about the acting. I got no complaints about the casting. I mean, it's really good all around. And yeah, I like how they have set up a lot of things. Her past relationship, her getting booted from the military for being gay, and that she spent this time sort of basically going through the same sort of training that Bruce had had that allowed him to be Batman. Honestly, the only real negative of this episode, I think, is that Alice turning out to be her long-lost sister. Well, that's something you can really see coming a mile away, and having read that, at least that much of the comics, I knew what was coming right from the beginning. But, predictability is not the worst thing in the world. And again, if you understand how storytelling works, if you understand the rules of drama, and I don't claim to be any sort of great master of this thing, it's just, I've read a lot of books, watched a lot of movies, watched a lot of TV, and if you pay attention to how stories are told, and I have done some writing of my own, I can't really claim to be especially good at it, but it's a little bit like how people say if you go to film school, it kind of ruins movies for you because you can start picking out all the flaws. Well, if you read a lot of stories, watch a lot of movies, things like that, and really pay attention to what's going on, you kind of start understanding how things are set up and how things are incorporated into stories so that they pay off correctly in a satisfying way later on. How you set up things like sow clues for future plot lines and all of that. I've read books about writing, and again, I have some experience of it my own, just purely as a hobby. It's nothing you can actually well, it is floating around on the internet. I have some fanfic under my belt, but that time in my life is well past. Anywho, getting off topic here. Yeah, this is just a good episode. It's really nice to see a show not exactly firing on all cylinders right out the gate, but it's certainly doing a really good job from the get-go. This is extremely promising. I'm really impressed here. Really, I am. And despite the fact that I am wearing a Deadpool t-shirt at the moment, this really has been a heck of a Batman day for me, because I actually went to the theater to catch Joker earlier today, which is a phenomenal movie. I absolutely loved it. Um, so yeah, we're gonna see. I'm definitely excited to review more episodes of Batwoman in the future. Of course, I'm going to be reviewing Flash and Arrow and Crisis on Infinite Earths. Legends of Tomorrow is going to stay off the review list. I really, despite the presence of Matt Ryan, just did not feel like coming back last season, and ditto with Supergirl. Yeah, just the way things are going, I'm focusing on some different things in my life right now, which don't leave as much time for hobbies and stuff. I won't bore you guys with the details right now. Maybe in a future channel status update or whatever. But anyway, I am really excited. We've got Crisis on Infinite Earths. We've got our Arrow series finale. It'll be interesting to see exactly what's going to be coming down the pipe in terms of spin-offs and all of this. Man, I think we're going to be in for a really good TV season. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will continue to join me here as we enjoy the adventures of Batwoman. And until next time, take care and have a good one.